Hey guys, welcome back. This is Sensei Anthony, representing the American Vadha Kempo Academy in East Brunswick, New Jersey. Hopefully you guys continue to do well as we face this COVID pandemic. Hopefully we're on the upswing. Again, what videos for my students to try to keep up a little bit while I get a chance to train while we're in quarantine, but feel free to pass these on to friends and family. Today I want to talk a little bit about open hand strikes, okay? So open hand strikes, couple of rules. Basically, the first one is we always want to keep our thumbs tucked. We don't want any thumbs sticking out, okay? Second rule is we want our fingers tight. So there should be no spaces between our fingers when we throw our open hand strikes. So we're going to start off with a couple of the chops, which we're actually going to be striking with the meaty part of the hand here. So this is the part we're making contact with. Okay, the first one I want to demonstrate, and again, we'll be working from a right hand dominant fighting stance. If you look back at the previous videos, I talk about the ideal fighting stance, so please go back and check it out if you need to review. So from my right-handed fighting stance, the first open hand strike we're going to work is a shuto. So a shuto, again, the rules, thumbs tucked, fingers tight. I'm going to hit with this chunk of meat. The shuto is going to come out. My hand is going to be on an angle, okay? So when I strike, this angle forces this piece of meat to be sticking out. So two things on the shuto that I want you to avoid, or I want my students to avoid, is it's not a slicing technique and it's not a chopping technique. It's actually comes out like a punch, bang here, okay? So just like my straight punch would come out, okay? It's the same mechanics, shoulder turns, hip turns, pushing off the rear leg. That shuto's gonna come out, pop, like a strike. So from here, out, and once I strike, it comes right back. I don't leave it out there. The path in is also the path out, okay? So shuto from a static position, from here, no step, right from here, out and back, okay? You can do those in reps. To do the shuto off of a step, to move forward, to put more momentum into the strike. Again, when we step, and if you look at some of the previous videos, we talk about stance movement. When we step, I'm not bringing my leg high off the ground. It's more like I'm sliding forward. So now I want to time the impact of my shuto when my weight lands forward. So if I'm in a right-handed fighting stance, as I move forward, here, my shuto comes out when my body weight lands. So again, from here, and strike, okay? Another variation is what's called a lateral chop, okay? Same exact hand form, thumb tucked, fingers tight, still gonna hit with the chunk of meat, but this time, instead of coming in an angle, my palm is gonna be down. I'm striking in this direction. So the key is this: when I throw my lateral chop, and we're gonna be doing a step lateral chop, I don't want my hand to come past my shoulders. Okay? I'm gonna stop directly in front of me. So it's taking this projection. So from a right-handed fighting stance, I'm gonna do a step lateral chop from here. Your leg slides forward and strike. Once I hit, comes back right away, return to stance. So again, here, fighting stance, and strike, return to stance. Okay, so you got your step shuto, your step lateral. From here, I wanna talk about the iron palm. And again, iron palm, we're gonna hit with the base of our hand here, okay? Again, thumb is tucked, fingers are tight. I actually like to keep my fingers a little bent on the strike. So if we do an iron palm from the lead, from here, okay, works just like a jab. Same way, shoulder turns, hip turns, I push off my lead foot. Here's my jab, and here's my iron palm. The only variation is iron palm has a little bit of an upward turn to it, or an upward direction, I should say. So iron palm from the rear, from the lead, out and back, and back, and back, okay? Last one I want to work on today, and then we're going to go over the multiple hand combination, is a finger lunge. So a finger lunge looks exactly like the shuto, exactly like the lateral chop, except now I'm hitting with the tips of my fingers. Okay, I see some people teach it with fingers open, or they split their fingers a little bit. I like to keep all my fingers together to kind of brace them off each other. So from here, finger lunge off the rear, works just like my straight punch, shoulder turns, hip turns, finger lunge comes out, pop, and back, pop, and back, pop, and back. And as you know, if you study Vadha Kempo, the first two strikes in kata 3 is a iron palm finger lunge combination. So here's a great way for you guys to put in some reps. Work not only kata 3, but you can work your iron palm finger lunge, just like you would work a jab straight or a 1-2 punch. So here's my jab straight. Here's my iron palm finger lunge. It's the same mechanics. Same mechanics. Okay. The last thing I want to go over today for you guys to practice is multiple hands. So if you are already a practitioner of Vadha Kempo, but you do not go to the American Vadha Kempo Academy, the way I teach the multiple hands is a little bit different from the traditional. Okay, so you'll see it right away if you know the system. So the way we do it in the American Vadha Kempo Academy, the first 4 movements are where it differs. So the first 4 movements in multiple hands, we start in a right-handed fighting stance. Okay, the first 4 movements are jab, straight, hook, and then uppercut. And again, to learn the correct movement of those techniques, check out some of the previous videos. We go over it in detail. So again, first 4 movements, jab, straight, hook, and uppercut. Okay? Next movements, we're going to work the shuto. We're going to do 2-step shutos. So I just threw my jab, straight, hook, uppercut. I'm going to do a step shuto, pop, and then another step shuto, pop. Okay? After the step shutos, and I'm going to move back just to give myself room. After my 2-step shutos, I'm going to do 2-step laterals. So from here, step lateral, strike. Again, I stop. I don't go past my shoulder. Step lateral again. From here, after the step laterals, lead hand throws a back fist. Then I throw a step back fist. And then the last 2 moves after the back fist is going to be a spinning chop. So foot has to turn, shoulder starts to rotate, head comes around, I sweep this leg. Here's my spinning chop. After my spinning chop, I'm no longer in a good fighting stance. To throw my last technique, I need to adjust my stance. I need to return to my fighting stance. And then the final strike is an uppercut here. And then that ends the sequence. So one more time, multiple hands, right-handed fighting stance, jab, straight, hook, uppercut, step shuto, step lateral, back fist from the lead, step back fist, spinning chop, I could take the step, spinning chop, adjust your stance, uppercut, okay? Again, that's multiple hands and a quick review of some of the open hand strikes. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach out to me at the website. My email address is on the website, AmericanVadhaKempoAcademy.com. Sensei Anthony, if you have any questions or comments. And again, one quick thing to my students and those of you who are listening. Again, this whole quarantine and this whole COVID-19 pandemic, it will end. It will end at some point, okay? But what you need to be thinking on now, we don't know when it's going to end. We don't know when the quarantine is going to stop. But what I want you to think of is during this time that we're breaking our normal routines, during this time that we're in isolation, are you improving anything or are you letting everything decline? Are you letting everything get worse? Meaning, body, mind, and spirit. Are you getting stronger and healthier? Okay? Are you getting more intelligent? Maybe putting a little extra time reading, learning something new. Okay? And your spirit. Are you becoming a better person? Are you helping out around the house right now? You have a little more time to help out, get some chores done. So think about it. The time spent in quarantine, when we come out of it, and we will come out of it, do you want to come out as a better person? Or do you want to come back weakened and declining, and now you have to build yourself back up again? So a little food for thought, okay? Be well, stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon in the dojo. Thanks a lot.